Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with another fascinating economic aspects of the Puerto Rico economy. Did you know what is the biggest risk that Puerto Rico faces, not only in this generation, but in coming generations? It's the demographic risk. Same as in Europe, same as in Asia, Puerto Rico's population is falling, is declining, but more interestingly, it is aging. Let me show you the results of the 2020 Census of Population that told us recently, as of August 2021, that Puerto Rico's population in 2020 amounted to 3.28 million people. Compare that with 10 years before, in 2010, when Puerto Rico had 3.72 million people. So a loss of approximately 440,000 persons in this last decade. The map that I'm depicting for you here classified in 2020 the 78 municipalities that the island has in three categories. Large municipalities, those that are in blue, that's 50,000 and upwards in terms of population, with the largest being the municipality of San Juan, with more than 150,000 plus population. And then the medium municipalities, between 20,000 to 49,999 persons. Those are the green. So most of the municipalities in Puerto Rico are in that medium-sized category. And then the very small ones, the orange ones, which have less than 20,000 population, including the two islands close to Puerto Rico, which are Vieques and Culebra, on the extreme right of this map. Notice that these small ones are either in the middle of the island, or maybe some in the southern part of the island, the coast, or even in the eastern part of the island. But what is interesting then is to compare that loss of population that I mentioned here. In this next graph, we depict who has contributed most to that loss of 440,000 population in this last decade, from 2010 to 2020. And as you can tell here, the blue segment, the large municipalities, accounted for 50.6% of that loss, followed by the medium-sized municipalities in the green segment, 41.3%, and then the small ones, the orange segment, contributed only a small percentage of that loss of population, 8.2%. This decline in population is not only due to outward migration, but it is also due to fertility rates, so lower births per woman. And so that has contributed, same as in Europe or same as in China. We have a lower number of births, and that of course contributes to what is going to be population, as well as, more importantly, the labor force that will take care of our old age population. And that brings me to the third graph in our presentation, and that is the big challenge that we face. Not only a declining population that will pay lower income taxes, that will pay lower sales and use tax, that will need larger and different essential services. And as you can tell here in the census of 2010, the population, the columns are the number of residents who were 65 and older. In terms of the census of 2010, it was 542,000 people approximately, representing 14% of that population in 2010. Move forward 10 years in 2020, and now we have 724 residents who are 65 and older, accounting for 22% of the population in 2020. So lower population, but a higher segment in terms of demographics, the 65 plus. And that group has different consumption patterns, different needs from those who are 18 and older, or even lower than 18 years old. So this has a lot of implications, not only for fiscal revenues, but for the essential services that will be required. This population will need more in terms of health services, more in terms of transportation, more in terms of entertainment. It's a population that lasts longer, but has quite a few interests in terms of living the life that they still have to the fullest extent. They want to go to concerts, they want to travel, they want to go skiing, they want to go surfing. This population is more active, but it is a population that will be depending more, those who did financial planning, as well as on social security and on pensions. So tremendous challenge in terms of future inflation rates that might eat up in terms of their financial resources. But in terms of a government which right now faces a bankruptcy and a public adjustment, a public debt adjustment, which is being considered in federal court under the bankruptcy quote-unquote Title III of Puerto Rico, that is going to rule whatever is decided this year by the judge. Is going to rule Puerto Rico for the next 25 years. So this definitely has implications. So I hope you liked our economic capsule. Don't forget to give us a like, because this is Puerto Rico at its best. Thank you.